folks like me. And we do have that 321 pills in the chat.
Mm-hmm. A lot of red here for Adelito at the start of this level, and starting to get a little bit. I was worried that there was going to be a Spire situation, but not too bad. Now all of the red is towards the bottom of the board, so he's going to want to expose that as quickly as possible. Flindo needs quite a bit of blue there on that left-hand side, Ook.
Yeah, that's all I was looking at, was just how blue the left side of his board was. Luckily, things worked out to where he got down a little bit further, but you can see now he's out of yellow access. He's about to be out of red access. It's going to be a little more difficult to do anything with anything that isn't blue here shortly. I'm wondering if he's thinking about a cross clear with that pair of blues in columns. Well, never mind. Those two. Yeah.
Mm.
And he does, in fact. And so that's helped him out. But yeah, overall, it's a struggle board for Flindo. We'll see if the pills make it a struggle board or if they make things work out for him.
hmm And meanwhile, on Adelito's side, we saw him being a little bit deliberate with the horizontals he was setting up at the bottom. It seemed like maybe I have to think about this a little more carefully. But he's got 6 viruses to Flindo's 11 right now. And now everything is free and clear. Adelito would love a double blue and he'd love it last, but he's going to be setting up platforms for low drop time. And there he is. He's out at a 136. Great time for a level 8. Flindo is just looking to clear out some of this blue. And also, he's got a yellow situation where if he drops that down, he's going to get a great cross clear. But can he be John DeSando a little bit with that bottom or drop down the yellow horizontally to put that garbage down in column 6?
Yeah, the horizontal definitely the way to go there. Now he just needs one red to oh that's
Oh, ooh.
and he set it down and got himself the yeah, he knows what he did. He's out of 214 and ready to forget about that level. It wasn't great to begin with for him. So
Mhm.
the fact that he's in any way close here is a testament to his level of play and a little bit to the luck of the pills.
hmm And we see Adelito looking to set up. You see that blue on top of the yellow in column 4. That can be used in a lot of different ways, particularly if the yellows come out horizontally. Would love to see a double yellow there for Adelito in order to clear out those horizontals in row 3, drop down the vertical with the blue. So we'll see how that goes. He may be waiting for it for quite some time, and we'll see. But if Adelito is nothing if not patient with these things, so he is going to be setting up that strategic garbage and trying to figure out where to go. But that's given Flindo opportunity to tie this up, Ook.
Yep. And as you mentioned, oh, great cross combo there from
Mm-hmm.
Adelito to bring himself back into a small lead. But yeah, you mentioned it. Patience is helpful, but there it is. Finally, after all that
Mm-hmm.
time, Adelito gets the pill that he needs. But yeah, it's instead of being 10, 20 viruses ahead the way he was looking to be, it's now 3. And that combo is going to clear everything out. He's out at a 350 or 335 rather. But Flendo just within striking distance, just needs a couple of yellows. There's one, needs 2 more.
Mm-hmm. And he did take that drop time rather than undertuck, which is just a small time loss there. He's out at a 353. Meanwhile, Adelito looks like trying to set up these yellows on the top horizontally. Some red is going to need to come in order to be able to do that. And yeah, he is signaling that he wants that to happen. So he's going to figure out that plan. Beautiful cross there from Flindo to knock a lot of stuff down, just as Adelito drops a big combo himself.
Yeah, Flendo, not as much access to yellow is going to be the issue for him. But the way the setups look over on the right hand side, with all those red staircased, he has a really good setup option for them. And I like how bunched up the pills are on that right hand side. It's given him some good opportunities, but he is still about 20 to 25 viruses behind, or 20 viruses behind Adelito rather. But this combo gonna help him
Mm.
immensely.
Yeah. And while Adelito's got a great cascade down to take out the yellow, and red just needs one more blue, and he's going to be out there at a 5:03. Great time there for Adelito. And, this is exactly what happens. You're playing Adelito, you look over and you're like, oh, maybe I'm close a little bit. I can see this out of the corner of my eye. And then he's ahead by 30. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, but a great end game for Flindo there. That's going to just need two more yellows. There's one, and there's two. That's going to put him out at a 530. So at 530, looks like only about 11 viruses behind. But Adelito already with all of his setups, and the setups are a big part of the game here. Interesting. Speaking of
Hmm.
setups, very interesting setups for Adelito. There's that
Yep.
double horizontal, an offset fat log.
Hmm.
I wasn't sure where that was going until it happened. That's insane.
Yeah, saw it. Was wondering if everything was going to come in the right amount of time for that to happen, and so glad that it did. We got to see it. And Adelito set up with another cross clear. There he gets it. A horizontal with the reds would help the yellow drop down. I don't know where he's going to go with that. We'll see. But Flindo with 13 viruses back got a pretty double friendly board at the moment. He does have, some horizontal, like, there's some issues with the yellow there. It's coming in hot. Meanwhile, Adelito gets the cross clear, and he's going to be looking to set up those reds horizontally and some blues on top.
Yeah, he's gonna need the reds first. There he gets it because that blue on the right could be taken singly. The blue at the bottom was not going to be able to. So out at a 651 is Adelito, and he is going to take game number one.
Hmm.
Flindo just about 10 viruses behind, so a really good showing from our nine or number eight seed.
For sure. And just like you were saying before, sub five is kind of the gold standard for 6 to 9. And so sub seven is really what we're looking for to have a really good shot of winning 8 to 11. And that's exactly what Adelito did. You know, wondering if he is going to ever take 8 to 11 below the 6 minute mark. He has been exactly at 6 minutes before.
Yeah, that and I believe the sub five has yet to be struck in in play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
5:03 our current 6 to 9 hot time. So, that's one of those things. You get players who think, "Hey, we're gonna, yeah, winning's great, but have you tried setting the hottest time?"
I'd certainly like one of those. We've got a ready from Adelito and a ready from Flindo.
My hot times are helping with the refrigerator.
And 3, 2, 1, and pills.
All right. Opening pill for Flindo was one of those that you had to wonder, is it going to work? Is it going to work? And then he got exactly what he needed. Is going to cost him some drop time when he finally sets this off, but
Hmm.
drop time doesn't count in combos, and that is going to give him a slight advantage here. Although you can see Adelito also with his own combos set up is going to take a bit of garbage, but not a lot because it's all going to work out in the Adelito way.
And
Here it comes.
there's that patience. He drops it down. Again, leaves a little bit garbage, but it doesn't matter because it's the kind that's going to drop right down on top of the right stuff when you go horizontal. Great fat log there from Flindo. Clears a bit of garbage. Not bad. And the bottom of that board is open. He chooses to go for the right hand side as opposed to the left hand side with that double red. And I think it's a great play because that right hand side is kind of locked up. So he's going to want to open it up as quickly as possible.
Yeah, holding on to a slight lead is Flindo. Uh, Adelito definitely has his setups ready to go. There's a couple of good ones. And never mind about that lead thing because there's Adelito with the blues that he needs, and this red blue is going to put him out at a 124. Flindo needs this to work out. Yeah,
Hmm.
had a little bit of issue there, but everything starting to come out for him. He's trying to set up for a fat log and sees that that was not the play, but is going to get this blue and out at a 148.
Yeah, and great tea for Adelito. I think that was a case of Flindo setting up something and getting a little bit of tunnel vision on that at the end because there were some slightly more straightforward plays. We all want to swag out. But yeah, I think he could have done that end game a little bit more efficiently. Now he's 17 viruses back. Tough spot to be in this early in the level block, but we know Flindo's capable of comebacks. Um, and Adelito's got a pretty straightforward board, a little bit spired there in column 6.
Yeah, a double
Uh,
blue is going to take care of it.
there
And
we
yeah, there it is.
go.
And look, a double yellow to finish it.
Hey,
So
hey, hey.
yeah, yeah,
Surprise,
spider.
surprise.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, what else do you say at this point? Everything is coming up the way he wants it to, and that's going to set him up. He just needs a blue, and there it is. Adlito out at a 250. A
Mm,
great time to be coming out of the second level of our previous level block. Seems like we
for
say that a
sure.
lot around Adlito.
We do. And currently, Flindo setting up for his last dozen viruses here on level 9. A horizontal with those yellows in row 2 is going to make a lot of great things happen, and this double red, awesome for that. Wow, I think we got a lot of good things coming Adelito's way as soon as he can get that red to trigger everything. And by Adelito, I mean Flindo.
Okay, good, because I was just thinking, yeah, it's the same thing for
Oh my
Flindo.
gosh.
Holy cow! Because I'm sitting here watching this combo, waiting to see it when it's
I
going to
know.
trigger. Smart play there, using the yellow half of that pill because uh, that cavern that he had built was going to be a problem. Flindo not using the blues quite as efficiently. I think again we were looking at a little bit of tunnel vision. He's out at a 351 and about 24 viruses behind. So gonna need to come up with something earth shattering here. Really good starter plays, honestly, to get that kind of moving along.
Hmm. And meanwhile, Adelito with 16 viruses left on level 10, looking pretty good. That left hand side, he's going to be wanting to set up a horizontal with the yellows because columns 2 and 3 will then drop down. The only issue there is that red garbage on column 6. It doesn't look like it's part of a setup for anything else at the moment, especially because of the yellow directly below the yellow. But knowing Adelito, he's going to take the time and just wait to clear that out for a little bit, see what comes his way.
Yeah, like you said, patience really a hallmark of his level of play. It's something I remember saying of Frank too when I really started studying his play style. It was just, look at this patience, and there you go. You see it paying off for
Mhm.
Adlito. And yeah, the way this is all coming down, just two more blues, and they come together because the doc, no matter who it is, he's still a jerk. 505 out of this level.
Yeah, but Felindo's been making a very good comeback here on level 10. Needs a lot of yellow to open that up, but he's got a horizontal plan at the bottom of the board for yellows. So, really curious to see what order he takes this out. I think what he's showing now is he really wants to get enough blue yellow going. Um, and it's going to be tough. Now he's really selling out for a blue yellow or manufacturing it. So that's always difficult. We see that he is frustrated, but he has manufactured it, drops it, out at a 542.
Yep. And that is going to be, again, about 2 dozen viruses behind. Actually, I think he's made up maybe 2 viruses since the start of the last level. So, that's you take the positives where you can when you're playing somebody like Adelito, and that is a positive right there for Flindo. You
Mm-hmm.
see him shaking the head. That is the combo he wanted. At that point, he's just going to go, you know what? I'm happy to lose if I get combos like that. Meanwhile, looking over at Adelito's side, you see everything was set up sitting on top of it. He doesn't have as much access to blue as he would like, but is working his way down that side of the board. And as we say that, gets down to his final blues.
Mm-hmm.
Now just needs a lot of red and yellow to finish this board out.
Mm-hmm. And curious to see what happens with that yellow on column one. Meanwhile, Flindo in a little bit of a pickle, but brings down a lot of that garbage one on top of the other. So not as bad as it once looked, but ooh, Adelito is going to be out at a 649. So 2 sub 7 times, excellent. And with that, Adelito is continuing the sweepstakes, maybe if you will, and moving on to semifinal Sunday.